All right, we are officially live, and this is our Friday. No, it's our Thursday jam session. And yes, we are doing our Friday jam session on Thursday night. And the reason is because, well, I am not going to be here in the morning. I'm going to be actually on the road, traveling, heading towards Clearwater, Florida. So we're going to be going there to hang out for the weekend. And my daughter has a volleyball tournament there on the beach. So that's where we're going to be. So I decided to do this jam session here at 8:00 at night, and we'll see who shows up. And I know it was last minute, but I did want to get this out. So this way here, I am going to stick to my schedule, and hopefully you guys are going to be able to see this, whether it's now or see it in the morning. Because some of you might be like, well, where's the jam session today? Well, you're going to see this, and you'll probably know why I decided to do this. So I want to first off thank you, everyone that is here hanging out with me on this Thursday night. It feels like Friday already, but this Thursday night, and we are going to be talking about something really important, and I'm kind of doing it on the fly right now. Literally what I'm going to share with you is exactly how you can create content fast. All right. If you are limited on time. All right. And what better way than to actually, kind of show you exactly what I'm doing right now, because that's what I'm doing. I'm limited on time. I wanted to get this piece of content created for you guys, and I decided to hop on here and make it happen. So that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to break that all down, and I'm actually going to show you my outline that I whipped up here literally 10 minutes before I got on. And I'm going to show you all of the different things that I'm going to be covering here tonight. So this way here, I can demonstrate exactly what I'm doing and how I'm doing it and how you can do it too. Because the one thing that you want to do is stay consistent. And I literally just read a review the other day. Her name is Dawn, by the way. And she wrote the review, and she had said, actually, let's see if I can't pull it up if I remember where it was. Yeah, here it is. So basically, she had said, about a year ago, I was getting 30 organic visits to my website a day. Scott really encouraged me to start writing. I committed to him and myself to write one long form blog post a week for a year. I'm now getting 1,500 to 1,600 visits to my website each day. I know I committed to doing it for just 1 year, but I have no intention on stopping now. And yes, she has done it. And that's exactly the power of creating content. There's going to be days that you either don't feel like creating content, or there's days that you don't have time. If that is the case, you need to commit to it, and then you need to do it. All right. And I'm going to show you how simple this can be. All right. And I'm doing it right now, actually, as we're recording this, or as I'm doing this live and we're recording this, I'm doing it right now. So let me do this before we do cut in, because this is going to be a Friday jam session. I'm going to call it a Friday jam session when we kick this thing off. Anybody that's here, that's usually part of the morning crew, you guys know how it goes on Fridays. That's how I generally open the show. So this way here, I can turn it into a podcast. Again, creating a piece of content. So let me know who's here with me live here tonight before we get rocking and rolling officially. And then I will kick this thing off, and we'll get you on your way. Looks like Alejandro's here. What's up, man? I feel like I'm in detention. No, you're not actually. This is a bonus class. This is a bonus class that you're part of, which is awesome. The Scooby Life. Hey, everyone listening on my drive home. Yeah, it's definitely different than it is usually when we're hanging out in the morning and I have a cup of coffee. I do not have a cup of coffee right now, but I am going to be on the road. I probably will have one within the next 12 hours, most likely. Wow, surprise jam session. Awesome. Kyle says, what's up, Kyle? Good to see you, man. Yes, it is a surprise because I decided to do this morning because I'm not going to be around tomorrow morning. So I wanted to get this done. So this way here, I stick to the schedule. All right. So I'm a little bit early. All right. And then, hey, Brand Rockers, I'm not sure who that is, but thank you so much for stopping by. And I'm going to guess it might be someone inside of Brand Creators Academy. But if you guys are here, if you're here live, drop in the comments that you're here. Let me know. So this way here, I'm not hanging out all by myself. I see a handful of you guys showing up right now, and I know this is a last minute thing. So I appreciate you hanging out with me. Before we do jump in, though, I did want to remind you guys, I don't know if you guys heard the big news, the big announcement that I made the other day. We're doing something pretty cool, and it has to do with content. It's actually our 7-day content creation challenge, and it is free. And all you need to do to register is head on over to launchyourcontent.com. Again, that's launchyourcontent.com. You'll go there. You can register. It is free. All you need to do is show up live for those 7 days, and you will be able to go through that training. All right. Now, there is an option to upgrade to VIP if you want to. That's totally up to you. You'll be able to get the recordings, workbooks, templates, all that stuff. And if you're in Brand Creators Academy and you're watching this, you're getting access to all of that as part of your membership. All right. So again, that is launchyourcontent.com. The turnout so far, or the feedback and people that are registering, it's crazy. It's awesome. Well over 200 people already that registered, and I just announced it less than 24 hours ago. So that's pretty awesome. Super excited about it. And what we're going to do, just to let you guys know, the goal of it is for you to walk away from the challenge with one piece of content fully created, published, and on its way to getting you traffic. And then from there, for you to replicate that process. So again, launchyourcontent.com. If you want to be part of that free 7-day content creation challenge, head on over there. And you know what's really cool? Check this out, guys. You guys are special. You're here at night. So I'm going to show you something. Look what we can do at nighttime here. Ooh, we got green lights. Ooh, we got blue lights. Look at that. Matches the shirt. Maybe I should keep that one on. Let's turn that up a little bit. It kind of blows it out a little bit. Look at that. Look at the cool stuff we get to do at nighttime. Ooh, the red light. Or we'll just go back to the white. And I like the warmer white. Yeah, I like that one better. It's a little too bright though. Anyway, just playing around over here with my little remote control. All right, cool. So let's kick this thing off. What's up, Cam? Hey. Good to see you. Glad you decided to hang out with us here on this. I almost said Friday night. It's our Thursday edition of our jam session. So we're going to kick this off. I am going to share my screen here. I'm going to show you guys exactly how to outline some content. All right. So here we go. On 3, 2, 1. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Friday jam session. And today, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about how to create content when you are limited on time and how we can do this very, very easily. And that's what I'm going to be sharing with you here on this Friday jam session. If you want to be part of our live Friday jam session, all you need to do is head on over to takeactioncrew.com. Again, that's takeactioncrew.com. You can join us over there. And yeah, we have a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun over there. We talk business, we talk life, talk motivation, inspiration, everything in between. It's just a good group of people. All right. So with that all being said, I'm going to kick this thing off and I'm going to dig right in. And if you are here on the live or the recording and you're watching this, I am going to share my screen here in a minute and actually show you the outline I created for this specific session. Okay. Because I'm going to also talk about the importance of the pre-work. All right. When you're creating your content, and then how to create it and how to publish. All right. So let's get started. The very first thing, I'm going to share my screen here in a second, but I want to kind of lead into this here. All right. The very first thing that we need to do is come up with the content topic. I think we would all agree we need to basically know what we are going to be talking about. Now, we can get into keyword research and we can get into all of that stuff for ranking on Google and ranking in YouTube and all that stuff. In the very beginning, that stuff's important, but it's not as important for you to worry about that versus just getting a piece of content done. All right. And that is the goal, right? I'm doing an upcoming, depending on when you're listening to this, our 7-day content creation challenge. You can head on over to launchyourcontent.com and you can see if it's still live or if the recordings are available. But what we're doing is we're doing exactly this, is we're digging into how to actually create the piece of content, how to come up with topic ideas, then how to come up with the content itself and create it. And then from there, how to publish it and then how to amplify it. I'm going to walk you through all of that right here and actually show you exactly how I'm doing it right now. And you can do the same. All right. So the very first thing is the topic. We got to come up with the topic. But some might be saying, well, Scott, how do you come up with the topics? I'll give you a really cool tip here in a minute. All right. But the other thing that you want to do is have a hook. What is the hook? All right. So if you read the subject line to this, whether it's on Facebook or whether it's on the podcast, it probably said something like this: how to create content fast with limited time. right? Something like that. So I know that people have limited time. I know that they want to create content and they want to create it fast. How is that even possible? That's the hook. All right. And I will deliver on that. It's very important that you deliver on the hook, by the way, on the promise. I am going to do that here. All right. But that's what you need to do. You need to come up with the topic. You need to come up with the hook. And then you need to come up with the bullets. All right. The bullets. What are you going to be covering? All right. Again, I'm going to share with you what this outline looks like. If you're listening to this, you aren't going to be able to see it, but I will explain it. All right. And actually, you know what? With that being said, let me go ahead and pull up that screen. I think I've kept it silent for long enough. So let me go ahead and share this. Bear with me. And let's see if I can do this. And here we go. All right. Cool. All right. So here's my outline, guys. This is what I'm going over. Now, you guys can skip ahead. You can kind of read it if you guys are watching this. If you guys are listening, you guys can't see it, so you can't skip ahead. But right now, I'm right here, right? I started with how to create content fast with limited time. That's my hook. All right. I'm explaining to you guys the topic plus hook plus bullets, right? I'm talking about that. Then I'm going to want to move here. I went in the order of importance. So I outlined this. So this right here, be prepared, do upfront work. That's my next point that I wanted to make to you. I've done this work before I showed up here to do this session. All right. Now, I didn't spend a ton of time. I spent about 10 minutes putting this together before I decided to jump on here and do this jam session. Okay. So I'm right now following an outline. So a lot of the guesswork is done. Now, am I going to riff on this a little bit? Absolutely. But I know at least the path that I'm going down. Okay. And this happens even if you're writing, you want to still outline all of the bullets first, then fill in the blanks. Okay. So be prepared and do the work up front. Okay. Now, how do you get good topic ideas? Because that's what we need to start with. How do you get first, really good outline or I'm sorry, I'm reading and I shouldn't be. I should be just explaining it. How do you get good topic ideas, right? Well, the first thing that you can do, very, very simple way to do it is if you have an email list, is you ask them, hey, what are you stuck on as far as catching more bass? Or what are you struggling with right now trying to catch more bass, right? Let them reply. We also call this a naked email. If any of you have been following along for any period of time, it's where we just ask an open-ended question, no links, just reply, right? And we'll get people that will reply. I've done this and have gotten 90 plus replies from an email. That's 90 potential different topics. Now, a lot of them are overlapping. So let's say I got 10 good topics to talk about. I immediately know what I can talk about. Okay. So a lot of times it's getting unstuck. Now, I'm not looking at keyword research yet. I'm not looking at any of that stuff. We can do that later. If I am you and I'm sitting here thinking, I just want to start creating content because I just need to get some content out there, I would start with what my audience or what my market is asking about. You can do a Google search. Just do a Google search and ask for how to catch more bass in a pond. That's a question. See the other related questions. Boom, you got more topics. All right. So that's a great, easy way to get more ideas. But the way that I love getting them is doing stuff like this. Here I am on Facebook Live. Okay. If you're listening to the podcast, you're not here, but if you're on a Facebook Live, I can ask directly, right? What's the hardest part about creating content? And I'll do that right now. All right. So anyone here that is attending this live or even on a replay, because you're gonna be able to watch this, drop in the comments, what's one thing that you are stuck on or that always kind of gets you hung up with creating content. All right. Do me a favor, drop that in the comments. Now, what's going to happen is we'll get a couple of people, 3, 4 maybe, that will actually do that. Not everyone's going to do it. And that'll give me more ideas, right? It'll also help me for my upcoming 7-day content creation challenge because now I'm starting to see what people are struggling with. And now I can make that program answer those questions. All right. So get ideas by asking your email list, or if you have a Facebook group or a Facebook page, ask them. Okay. Do that. All right. So now we started with the topic, we created the hook, and well, because now we got the hook is basically the question. We have to turn it into a hook, right? So if someone says, well, I'm struggling with catching bass in a pond because I don't know what time I'm supposed to do it. So then you would say, how to catch bass in a pond even when it's cold, right? You're entering the conversation in their mind, right? So We need to get the topic, we need to get the hook, and then we need to outline the steps. Not a lot of steps, just some steps that are going to help them get from point A to point B. Okay. So the next question that I get asked a lot of times in this process is, okay, now how do you create it? I got the topic, I got the hook, I got the bullets. Well, right now, guys, I'm creating a piece of content that I outlined 10 minutes ago. And I know that you guys want this, or the people that are listening, or the people that are here live or on the replay, because you've seen that subject line. You've seen the how to create content fast when I have limited time, got your attention, you're interested, right? So it's serving those people, right? That's all that we're doing here. We're serving those people. So how do we create that content? Well, you can do exactly what I'm doing right now. Jump on Facebook Live. Even if there's no one watching you, it forces you to start and go all the way to the end and stop. But you want to have the upfront work done, right? We want to have that upfront work done. So now we can just follow along, fill in the blanks. That's all I'm doing right now, right? I just wrote a little key indicator there that says how to create. That just reminds me. Now, if you weren't reading this along with me, I would be reading this, and then I wouldn't be saying like how to create. I'd be saying the next thing that you probably are wondering is, how do I create the content, Scott? See, that's all that is a little reminder for me. That's all it is. Okay. So how do you do it? You do something like this. Now, let me tell you a little story about how I did it to create our brand creators playbook. All right. Which is about 104 pages, 5 pages, something like that. I recorded 5 podcast episodes, audio only. Okay. I didn't even do them on video. I did audio only. And what I did was I reversed back all of the different steps. I broke it down into phases of what needs to happen for someone that's starting from scratch to build a brand. And then I broke it down into 5 sections, 5 podcast episodes. Those episodes were then turned into transcripts, which then were turned into an edited version of our playbook. Okay. Then I also get those recordings and I can use them as an audiobook. Now you can follow along on audio. Okay. And then I had a workbook created as well. All right. So that's how that can happen. So how could you do this? Well, I don't know if Derek's here with us or not, but Derek had said before, he's one of our morning crew guys. And he had said, I spend about 2 to 3 hours in the car, like once a week. And I'm like, that's a perfect opportunity for you to record some content. Even if you're not using it as a recording, you can use it as a transcript that gets turned into a blog post. All right. So if you're sitting in a car, the only thing you got to do is just get yourself prepared for that road trip, and then just fire your phone up and start talking. And you can, it doesn't even matter if you start and stop. You can go, okay, what's my next bullet point? Oh, I'm going to talk about how to create the content. All right. Well, if you're thinking about how to create your content, I can just record that section. Then I can move on to the next one and talk about, okay, now how do I publish the content, right? And so all I'm doing is I'm going through this outline and I'm kind of riffing on it because I know the material. Now you have to know the material, but that's how you can do it sitting in a car. I've done this. Chris Schaefer and I were on our way to Atlanta, Georgia. We were going to an event together. He actually flew in here to Charlotte, came to my house, spent the night. We went to an event up in Atlanta for 2 days. On the way, we had a 4-hour ride up and back. We recorded like 6 episodes of the podcast, 2 mics, one on his side, one on mine. And we just recorded podcast episodes. Why not? Right? So it's just an easy way to create content, guys. And a lot of people are not utilizing the spoken word. The spoken word, even though like I say a lot of ums and ahs and you know what I mean, and like, and all of this stuff, that's not going to make the final cut. But the majority, 80%, 85% of it's going to be done, right? So that's all we got to do. Okay. Other thing you can do is record a video. So maybe you want to get prepared and then you block out an hour or 2 and you knock out 3 or 4 different videos, right? All you need is a phone and a tripod. I recommend a tripod, something that's going to keep it stable, right? And that's it. And don't have the camera 10 feet away. Have it close, maybe like 4 feet away. That way the mic's going to still sound okay. All right. So very easy to do. You can do audio, you can do video. Okay. Then what we're going to do is get it transcribed. We're going to turn it into a blog post. All right. And then from there, we're going to have a post that is live. All right. Now, Some people say, well, Scott, how do I get edited? I'm not a good writer. I'm not either. Okay. You can find someone on Fiverr, Upwork, FreeUp, any of those places will have someone there that can do it for you. And probably the transcripts, you can get them done at Temi.com, Temi.com, I believe it is. And I think it's 20 or 25 cents a minute. If you want really, really, really polished transcripts, then you would go to rev.com and they're about $1 a minute. But again, for 10 minutes, it's going to cost you $10, right? For some good transcripts, fine. It's worth it. All right. So get it transcribed, turn it into a blog post. This way here, it is a post that can reside on your website. Or you can take it and just go ahead and directly publish it, which is going to lead me into my publish section here of my outline. All right. So we have to come up with a topic, a good hook, and some bullets. That's the pre-work. Okay. Then we need to create it. We're going to record audio or video to get it done. Or if you like writing and you have time, then do it. But a lot of times people are stuck in a car for an hour. Record it. You just got to be prepared. Okay. Then we're going to move on to publishing it. How do we publish it? Well, if you have a video, don't get fancy. Just publish it on YouTube. Just upload it to YouTube, create a YouTube channel. You can probably have a YouTube channel created up and running in less than 15 minutes. And then from there, just directly upload it. Even if the keywords are not right now, doesn't matter. What matters is getting it published. Okay. Something is better than nothing. We'll get better. We'll get better. All right. The next thing is maybe what you want to do is you might just want to go live on Facebook on your Facebook page. And then that becomes a piece of content on Facebook. And then you pull that piece of content off of Facebook and you upload it to YouTube. And then you take that same piece of content and you have it transcribed and edited and turn it into a blog post. There you go. Okay. So that's another thing that you can do. The other thing is like I said, you can just publish directly to your website, your blog. And then from there, you have that piece of content that resides on your home base. See, I ultimately want it to reside on my home base, on my website, because that is an asset. That is a piece of real estate that I control and own personally, right? If I put it up on YouTube, I don't really own it. Put it up on Facebook, I don't really own it. Okay. It resides on my website. I own it. Okay. So really, really important. So again, to wrap this up, how do you create content fast with limited time? You have to do the pre-work. That's very important. The pre-work, topic plus hook plus bullets. The other thing that I didn't add in there that I'm going to add it in right here. If you're watching this, is we need a CTA, call to action. Okay. So topic plus hook plus bullets plus call to action. Okay. And that call to action could be like, hey, go check out the other post I wrote about this, or, hey, I'm going to be, go to my ebook, or go to my course, or whatever. Just a call to action to give them further education. Okay. So to follow my own outline here, I actually did put my little call to action here in my outline, and it says note. Well, that's wrong. CTA. The note was do the pre-work. CTA, 7-day content creation challenge. That's my prompt to remind you about our 7-day content creation challenge. It's free. All right. To go through it live. All right. Now, if you're listening to this after the fact, it won't be live. You can get the recordings and there will be a fee for that. All right. Won't be much. It'll be under $50. I promise you that. But it will take you through the entire process over the course of 7 days. And in the beginning, we're going to talk about how to find your topics. We're going to dig deeper into that. Okay. How to then validate that there's actually search traffic for that. Then how to create and outline the content, then how to publish it, then how to amplify it. And at the end of the challenge, the goal is for you to have one complete piece of content, fully optimized, published, and on its way to start bringing traffic over to your website. That's the goal. So again, if you're interested in joining us there, whether it's live or the recordings, doesn't really matter. Head on over to launchyourcontent.com. Again, that's launchyourcontent.com, and you'll get all the details over there. All right. So that's it, guys. Let me recap one more time. Topic plus hook plus bullets, CTA. Be prepared. Do the upfront work. Then from there, record it. Record it on audio, record it on video, whichever you want, or sit down and hammer it out on the keyboard. All right. Then from there, you want to publish it. Either publish it directly on YouTube if it's video, do a Facebook Live, or directly upload to Facebook and publish it on your website in your blog. All right. Always, always though, do the pre-work. It's going to make this process so much easier. All right. So I hope that helps you. Get out there and start creating some content, because I'm telling you, once you do, it's going to be slow at first, maybe, but then from there, that traffic is going to compound, just like compound interest on a loan or compound interest on stocks. It's going to compound over time. All right. So get out there, make it happen. All right, guys, that's officially going to wrap up that part of it. If you guys have any quick questions for me, let me know. And then we're going to jump here. Let's see. What's up, Kate? Good to see you. And then it looks like this is Alpandro. When the professor busts out the background lights, that's when we get the extra knowledge. Yeah. Hey, Alicia. Okay, cool. So this is Kate. Kate says, can you touch on whether we should have our own stories, examples in the blog, or can we prepare content without that? Also, what about highlighted links to other blogs that support what we are talking about? Yes, all of that is great, but do not let that hold you back. All right. So anytime that you can incorporate a story, it's good because it allows someone to visually see it. Right. So by me, I shared a story about me recording a podcast. I outlined it first. I showed up, I recorded 5 podcast episodes. I then turned that into our playbook, and now we offer that for sale. So that's a very simple example and a very basic story, but you can follow through. And a lot of times it's good. It might not even be your story. It could be someone else's story, right? It could be like Octavio inside of our Brand Creators Academy. He basically started creating content, and then he took that content, okay, over, what was it? Probably like 2 months. And then he turned that content that he was publishing on his blog into an ebook. And then he started selling that as a digital product, right? So I just led you through a story that talks about content, what you can do with it. And it also brings up someone else that has done it, right? And then highlighted links to other blogs. Yes, it's important. And actually, if you're following along, and we'll get into this in the challenge, but for like optimization, you want to include some external links, like outbound links, they call them. Because what that does is it shows that you're giving credit to other resources, and Google likes that. And then the other thing is if it makes sense for people to get that as more education, then you should give it to them. You want their experience to be great. Now, you don't want to load it with a whole bunch of links, because then it's like you're going to drive people away from your content. So when it makes sense, yes, absolutely. Yes, imposter syndrome can definitely creep in. Actually, let me turn this off. And we don't want that to happen. So just get it done, right? We've got Karen, actually, and Kate, I think you were on our call today, our BCA call. But yeah, Karen, she was a little nervous about jumping on doing the Facebook Live. She did it. It's done. She didn't, nothing bad happened. If anything, a lot of good things happened. And now she's done like 3 or 4. So we got to know that it's not going to be perfect, and it's okay. And it doesn't matter if, you got 2 people watching you, or, whatever. Just get it done, because if you do, you're going to start getting more confidence. And that's the key. We need to get more confidence. All right. Let's see. I get stuck on expanding and elaborating my points. Well, maybe start asking yourself questions. Right. So if you're asking a question, then I'm going to kind of refer back to that. So if I was to go through my outline again, and I said, okay, you have to come up with a good topic, because that's what's going to draw people in and make people want to read. And if you do that, you're going to have a lot more people that are going to be interested in that. And I could stop right there. And then you'd be like, yeah, but how do you come up with topic ideas? And I'm like, good question. I'm glad that you asked that. A good way to do this is you can email your list. And if you email your list, they're going to tell you. And the way that you do that is you just ask an open-ended question, right? And then you might be like, but what's that email even say? Well, the subject line would say something like, do you still struggle with catching more bass? ? Something like that. See, I'm just asking question, answer, asking question, answer. Doesn't have to be that meaty. It just has to deliver what they need to know, right? It just needs to deliver what they need to know. What's up, Derek? How do you record audio in your car? An app? Yeah, the iPhone has a built-in app. You can download them in your app store, whether it's Android, whatever. The memo, voice memo, that's it. And if you do a voice memo, you just then take it, export it, and you're done. That's it. If you want, I've got actually a Zoom mic over there. It's like $100 and it's got a little air muff on it. And you just hit the one button and it's recording, and then you can just hold it and talk. It's great recording. But the phone, I mean, everybody's got a phone now. So I would just use a phone. How did you say we transcribe? You can use Temi or you can use Rev. They're owned by the same company. Just Temi is a less accurate transcript. So basically, it's really good though. It's probably like 85, 90% accurate. And then Rev is like 99% accurate. But you're paying like, what, 25 cents to $1. So something like that. You can also go to Fiverr. Fiverr has that as well. So guys, is that it? Is that all we got for questions here? This is our Friday edition of our jam session, even though it is Thursday night, the time that I'm recording this. But I wanted to make sure that we got this done because I am not going to be here tomorrow in my office. I'm going to be on the road headed towards Florida, which is going to be fun. I'm going to be on the beach, watching volleyball. So that's why I'm going. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a long weekend for us. We'll be back Tuesday. But it's going to be exciting, and I'm always looking forward to hanging out in the sun somewhere. And I wear the sun protection though. I'm pretty good on that. I don't want to play with that. But we got umbrellas, we got all that stuff. We're gonna have a good time. So yeah, guys, if you have any other questions, if you're watching this after the fact on a replay, drop them in the comments. Any content related questions, drop them in there. Let me know. In the meantime, depending on when you're watching this, if you're here live, then of course it's applicable to you. Head on over to launchyourcontent.com. There, I am going to be taking you through 7 days of exactly how to do this. And at the end of the 7 days, you will, as long as you do the homework, you will have a piece of content created well, optimized, and posted, and then amplified. All right. That is the promise. All right. You got to do the work. As long as you do, you will walk away with that asset. So I am going to help you create a piece of content, a digital asset for your brand that will drive traffic. All right. And it'll teach you the process so you can do it again and again and again. And once you do, you're going to get good at it and it's going to be easy. All right. Yeah. Thanks so much, Kate. I appreciate that. And the Scooby Life. Thank you so much. I appreciate that as well. All right, guys. So that is it. That's going to wrap it up. Have an awesome, amazing weekend. I will be back here Monday, but I will not be here. I will most likely be in the car. But I am committed to showing up to do my coffee talk. So I will be here. You be here. You. All right. Monday. All right. So guys, have an awesome weekend. And hey, in the meantime, go ahead, get registered. Launchyourcontent.com. Share it with someone that you think needs help there. We have a free pop-up Facebook group too, just for this challenge. So you can be part of that. Absolutely free. All right. So guys, take care, take action. I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.